nice. We appreciate more inviting.
Aww. I'm glad I survived.
Yeah.
Okay, so today was Amanda's wedding, but I do have a little bit of a story time because there are some things missing actually from this wedding that I feel like I need to clarify. So this morning I woke up severely sick. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make the wedding, and I was so upset that I was giving myself an anxiety attack. And I was panicking because I was like, oh my God, I flew all the way out here for her wedding. I'm not gonna make it. And I texted Codee and Elston kind of being like, hey, like, do you guys feel okay? Like trying to figure out like what happened because I was surprised. And it was actually funny because they even mentioned, because we did actually figure out it was something that I did eat because Elston had the same meal that I had that Codee didn't, that he also felt a little funky. And they even said that like they felt a little bad because they were like, we didn't think that it would affect you because you've been doing so well here. They're like, you eat so well. And I'm like, I know, I like love food. So they were like so upset for me. And then literally, and I cannot even, like how overwhelmed of love that I feel from both of them is that they both talk to each other and they're like, we're coming over now. And we're going to, early in the morning, they're like, and we're gonna give you some medicine that we like know works. And we'll stay with you until like, you know, you feel like either you can go or you don't. Like, you know, you can decide when we get there, which was like so comforting because obviously like I'm in a foreign country. I mean, it's very safe. I want to be very clear. Like, I don't feel unsafe here. It's just being sick and not knowing like the cause or not having that sort of comfort is like, can be really scary. And they know that and they came anyway. And I also want to preface this. Both of them met for the first time the other day. Like, it's not like they know each other and they're friends. Like, they met each other the first time. So, like, they band together to help me. So I can't even, like, begin to say how much, like, that meant to me and how much I, like, deeply love them so much. But as you could tell, I did make it to the wedding, thanks to Codee's medicine. The thing was that made me even more nervous about going to this wedding is that a traditional Chinese wedding, you have a 5-course meal. And I was sitting there like, and this is like the main event, like that's like what you do. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know if I'm gonna put anything down. Like, and I don't want anyone getting up, like, you know, I don't wanna keep going up and back and forth, you know? So there was kind of like a tester in the morning and I was able to keep down the apple that I ate and it gave me confidence to go to the wedding. And I felt great. I had little bites of everything that I could try. Elston was so great and was like, don't have this, try that, just in case for my stomach. I was constantly checking in to make sure I felt okay. So it was like so comforting and so kind. And I felt so loved, and Amanda's wedding was gorgeous. Like, she looked stunning. Brian was super handsome, even in his second outfit. I loved, like, he had a little outfit change, which was fun. And they even had these really cool games to kind of get to know the couple. It was just such an interesting, because obviously weddings and culturally can be so different. So it was so fun to experience a Singaporean wedding. And I'm so grateful that she invited me, and I'm so glad that I was able to go to the wedding.
Doing a silent book club today in Bayshore. So before I get into which book I'm reading, I actually wanted to recap the last book I read in book club because I did finish it. It was Emily Henry's latest book that just came out, and I was super excited. I was starting to give it rave reviews until I finished it. I honestly really wasn't into it, and it's not because Emily Henry's not a great author and her writing was like amazing. It's just the format wasn't for me. It was in the perspective of like two authors kind of going for a book deal, and then the other chapter was about the woman that they were writing about and like her history. And honestly, that sounds so cool and the formula is definitely there, but it just didn't resonate with me personally. Like, I think there was a lot of people who loved it, so don't take my advice on like whether this book is for you or not. It just wasn't for me. And even though it was like a nice, really light read, I don't think it was one of my favorites of hers, unfortunately. It's definitely lower in my list of my fave Emily Henrys. So transitioning into a new book though, so I have to read a mandatory reading for my own book club that I'm in, which is everything I know about love. We are doing a memoir this month, and I have to finish it because it's due next week. So I am starting it now, and I'm excited because memoirs aren't usually my thing. I'm definitely more into the romantasy, like romance, hence the Emily Henry before. But I'm still excited because I definitely appreciate a book club that puts me out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to give this a go tonight, and I'm excited because I'm going to be with my good friend Bianca, and we're going to just read and have a glass of wine, and it's going to be fun. Okay, so I just got out of Silent Book Club, and I will say, as you know, as I mentioned earlier, this is like my first memoir. I really don't read them, and I'm actually enjoying it. I am so surprised because it's not really like my forte. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm into the romantasy. I'm into more escapism when I read a book, and this is like really good, especially for a writer I don't really know her work beforehand. If she has any other books, I'm unsure on who this person is exactly, because I feel like I associate memoirs with like celebrities or like historical figures, and it's not that that's not interesting, it's just, again, not my genre of choice. I'm generally not really into like pop culture stuff like that, so I'm actually surprised that I'm interested in this type of storyline at the moment. Obviously love seeing Bianca. It was so nice catching up. I just really love reading books together. Even she was like, I'm coming back. She loved it so much too. So I'm excited to check out another Silent Book Club.
So this morning I'm in Fort Canning Park. I just wanted to like start my day early. It's kind of close by my place, which I actually need to clarify. Apparently, well, no, it's not apparently, it is. I've been saying the area wrong, which is kind of upsetting to me. I live in this area called Lark, and I've been saying Quay. It's Key. I apologize. My friends, like when I was like super embarrassed, I was like, oh my God, I've been saying it wrong this whole time I've been here. They're like, it's okay. Like most people know what you mean. It's so hot, and I literally forgot my umbrella and my fan. It's like genuinely a necessity here. I want to give a shout out to Amanda's mom because she's the one who actually gifted me this little mini fan to walk around in, and I feel like I've disappointed her not bringing it today because it really would have been like amazing. I'm gonna call it glowing. Really cool. They have like really informative like parts of the park where it explains to you like what you're looking at, things like that, which I always find really helpful, especially if I'm doing my own sort of self-tour guide. So there is a photo spot in this park apparently that I definitely want to check out. The thing is, and my tip I would give you, is to get here so much earlier than I did. Like I had a late start since I kind of wanted to sleep in a little bit, but my suggestion is honestly get there at like 7:30, 8 a.m. That way you're not concealed with lines. I'm anticipating that the line's going to be pretty long for a photo. Just as I feared, that line was insane. I have never seen anything like that long. Honestly, I'm by myself, so I don't even think I'll get a good photo. So for me, it's not worth it. I might come early tomorrow morning just to like maybe get something. Oh, actually, wait, side note. There are wild chickens and roosters, like normal, like as if it's like pigeons in New York. You gotta check this out. They're so cute. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, where are we? I've only ever really seen them on like farms and things. To be fair, I'm from New York, so there's other places that obviously probably have them roaming free, typically like this, but it was like one of those like, oh, like this is specific to Singapore, so it's like always fun to find them. I literally feel like I could probably make a compilation of all the chickens and roosters that I've recorded.
So I realized that I never did like a room tour sort of vibe, but I figured it'd be better when it's like super clean and just like getting like, you know, not like the cluster that it is. Because right now I am packing. I'm pretty much at the last leg of Singapore, so I'm kind of just like gathering things and making sure I have everything because I have to do some laundry and all that fun stuff that goes with an extended period of time when you're traveling. So I'm excited to just kind of like wrap that up a little bit right before I am going to be meeting my friend Codee for some climbing, hence the attire. I'm so excited to just kind of spend my last moments with some of the people that I am going to miss so deeply.
I remembered the fan this time. Thank you, Amanda's mom. This has been honestly the best thing. It's probably my favorite souvenir, hands down. Okay, so I just had the most wonderful day with Codee. We did a lot of climbing. I am so out of shape, it's definitely humbling, but it was really fun. And then, which was so sweet, next place I'm going to is gonna be in Malaysia, in KL. And I haven't been able to do my laundry here because, fun fact, the laundry in the friggin' hotels are so expensive and I had no idea. So I'm doing more laundry in KL. So that means I needed to get some sort of like laundry detergent pod thing. So Codee took me to like a local mart that's like kind of in the area on the way home. And we did that together, which was so thoughtful and sweet. And they got me this Old Town coffee brand because I'm obsessed with the coffee here, which is so like so thoughtful, so kind. I'm going to miss her so much, but it's been so much fun, and I'm so glad at least we had today together.
Okay, so I am doing an escape room. I haven't done one in years, and to be totally honest, I'm not the best at puzzle solving, but luckily the group I'm with, they're really smart, so I'm gonna try my best to be as helpful as I can be, but these rooms are so fun, and I'm just so excited to do this with my friends because it's been so long, and yeah, I'm excited to check it out, and I think afterwards we're gonna go for drinks and just catch up. Since this has been a minute since I've done an escape room, I decided to pick a room that wasn't too challenging. So I ended up researching and found out that they have this one room called the Illusionist, which sounds more intimidating than it is. It was actually super fun. It was kind of like this magician type room. So it's a lot of magic tricks, figuring out clues. It was so fun. And I'm honestly proud to say that with all the puzzle piecing and all our minds put together, we were able to escape the room with under 3 minutes. There was a moment I really did not think we were gonna make it, so I'm so proud of us. So we all decided to do celebratory drinks at the local brewery to cheers to our win.
Okay, so today is my last full day in Singapore, which is crazy to think because I feel like, honestly, it's been kind of a whirlwind of just being here. It's been so much fun. I've been enjoying like every second. But this morning, because it's my last full day, I was trying to think of like things that I want to do. I do have work to do, so I definitely have to go back to do that. But this morning I do have some time and I did wake up early. So I decided to try out that photo spot by Fort Canning Park. The thing is that I didn't realize till yesterday is that apparently it's a national holiday. So I don't know if the rule of getting here early will like be helpful, especially when like, you know, people are off. So we're gonna test it out. I'm here around, let's see, 8:20. So we'll see if that'll work. If not, honestly, for me, it's like not worth it. I won't wait that long because the real reason I'm actually out and about is because I do want some kaya toast before I go. Kaya toast it is. Okay, I love when this happens. It is raining, literally. It's like the perfect timing because I'm finishing up packing. I am working now, so it makes me feel less guilty for not being outside. I had like literally a really good morning, so this like worked out perfectly. I feel like every time Shannon and I have ever traveled, we always kind of like make that joke like, oh, the city's sad to see us go. I think Singapore is gonna miss me. Okay, so I pretty much finished packing what I could for now. It's in a pretty good space, so I'm feeling good and ready to go to KL tomorrow. But I did realize that I never did a sort of room tour to show you like where I've been staying in Singapore for the last 2 weeks. So I actually stayed at a hotel called Studio M, and it's known for these like lofts experience. So because I am working, I know I needed really like a working space, sort of desk, good Wi-Fi, things like that. So it was awesome. Wi-Fi was amazing. But I will say the only thing that got me so angry was that the TV never worked. And I called them like every day because I like watching TV at the end of the day, or like maybe like in the middle of working, I'll have something in the background because I am alone and it's nice to have some sort of sound. But yeah, this is the bed. Sorry, it's not made. But yeah, no, it's really, honestly, I'll say this though, like regardless of the lack of TV working, the area itself, which I've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time and I'm so embarrassed, it's technically called Clark Key area. And honestly, as a first-time person being in Singapore, and now that I've like really explored Singapore at this point, I love where I stayed and I absolutely recommend this area if you are coming here for the first time. I'm someone who really likes to walk around, explore, like regardless of the heat, 'cause it is really hot. But it was so nice to be able to just like wake up in the morning, going down by the river, like literally wouldn't do it any differently, regardless of the TV. pretty much wrapped up everything. But I didn't really have any dinner plans, so I just had to do a little treat yourself moment and make a reservation at a really cool restaurant I've been kind of eyeing. It has this apparently like Chinese gambling den vibe to it, and I was like, I like that. That sounds kind of cool. So I'm doing that for dinner, but before I head to dinner, I am gonna finally mail out my postcards. I am so excited to send them out here, because I didn't know if I was gonna do it in time, honestly. So I'm thrilled I got it done. Oh my god, I literally just about to say that I could not find this postage. Yay! So glad. Okay. Alright, hopefully you guys get it.
Today we are in Port Jeff. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite little coastal towns on the island, and we're just gonna hop around. It's one of those little towns that like every corner has something with shops, cafes, and we're gonna like enjoy ourselves, read my book, go to a cafe, and have a day.
Okay, so I leave today in like less than an hour. So I'm very reflective right now and just looking back on how amazing these past 2 weeks were. Special shout out to my friends, Codee, Elston, and Amanda. They literally showed me like genuinely the best food ever. I don't know if I would have known to have ordered it. They just took care of me from start to finish, and I just feel so overwhelmed with love, and I need to just let them know in this video how much I appreciate them and how much that I'll never forget this trip because of them. Some fun reflective moments of Singapore that I just want to like kind of like talk about now that it is over. One thing that I don't know why this stood out to me, but the chickens and the roosters just like hanging around the city. Never in my life have I seen that, and I loved every second. Every time I saw it, it was like a Pokemon or something. It was great. Also, another funny thing was that like instinctually, like the roads here are on the opposite side than they are in like New York. And that goes also with like the way people stand on like an escalator and things like that. And I, with like every fiber of my being, always was like having to consciously be like staying on the left side. That way I'm not like causing traffic. The first like 2 days I realized that like I was doing that, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like that tourist. So that was like kind of funny to like kind of readjust a little bit. Subways, which technically actually are called like the MRT. I've been calling them subways, so sorry. And I definitely mispronounced like a lot of things here. So I am very, very sorry. I just never heard anyone say it in front of me, so I just did it phonetically. But apologies to the Singaporeans for not pronouncing it correctly. Definitely the most embarrassing one was where I was staying, which was Clarke Quay. I was calling it Clark Quay at least the first week for sure. But yeah, no, overall, I'd say that Singapore has such a special place in my heart, and I am so looking forward to the next part of this trip, which I'm going to be going to now, which is Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. It should only be like an hour and change flight, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm looking forward to just like being there and exploring. I'm only going to be there for like pretty much the next week, and then after that I go to my final destination. So I've been in Singapore the last 2 weeks and already heading off to my next destination, which is Malaysia, but specifically Kuala Lumpur. I am so excited to explore this. All my friends who live in Singapore go here all the time and pretty much convinced me to go. So I'm so excited to explore this place this next week. I am looking forward to being able to share all the fun things that I'm going to do. It's going to be a mix of work and play since I am working, but I am so excited to share this next part of the trip with you. This is so confusing. I cannot for the life of me find the exit here. It is obnoxiously large. I don't know where to go. I'm hoping I'll find a taxi soon. I am so tired, but I did unpack everything. I'm doing laundry right now just to kind of be like good for this week. The laundry in Singapore was so expensive at the hotel that I was like, I am going to wait till I get here because I do have one like at this apartment. Great space, and guess what? The TV works. I am so excited to veg out. I actually did smart Kristin. I got like food delivered here at this one place that Codee recommended. I am so excited to eat. I'm starving now. So I'm still kind of like decompressing a little bit. I'm gonna eat some dinner and then I'm gonna do a little bit more work tonight since I kind of needed to finish up some things, but finally glad I am here and ready to relax.